In the bustling city of Ajomi, the air was thick with ambition and the promise of prosperity. The international head office of NATKILO Oil Conglomerate stood as a testament to the hard work of its founder, Chief Nath Okilo. As the sun dipped behind the horizon, casting a golden glow over the city, a sleek black car pulled into the compound. From it emerged a tall figure with an air of confidence, his son, Muzoki Nath Okilo Jr., freshly returned from Europe, where he had earned his master's degree in business management. Muzoki stepped into the role of managing director with an ease that impressed the board. His vision for the company was ambitious, and his ideas modern. However, amidst the corporate achievements, the murmurs among the female staff grew louder. The office buzzed with excitement as the single women, from secretaries to senior managers, vied for his attention, hoping to win the heart of the heir to the Okilo legacy. Yet, Muzoki remained indifferent, his focus solely on the company and its future. Even his personal secretary, Talawo, a stunning woman who wore her heart on her sleeve, attempted to seduce him with alluring glances and late-night office work sessions, but her efforts were in vain. Her intentional, provocative and revealing dresses to the office did not attract Muzoki's attention. Unbeknownst to his junior colleagues, Muzoki's heart had been reshaped during his years abroad. He had discovered a world of love and relationships that diverged from the norms of his upbringing. The intoxicating experiences he shared with men had awakened feelings he had never acknowledged before. Yet, back in Ajomi, he struggled to find a connection among his male colleagues, who were either uninterested or discreetly avoided his advances. Among his staff was the firm's accountant, Mr. Otoru, a married man with a jovial demeanor. Despite his family commitments, he took it upon himself to accompany Muzoki to exclusive nightclubs and to introduce Muzoki to several eligible classy and career women, hoping to ignite a spark. However, every arrangement fell flat, leaving Muzoki unenthused. While Mr. Otoru was putting up efforts to find a good opposite-gender match for his boss, the MD was aiming to have him. Mr. Otoru became frustrated and gave up. Chief Okilo observed his son's disinterest in the opposite gender with growing concern. The old patriarch had built his empire on legacy and lineage, and he had envisioned Muzoki taking on the family name with a beautiful bride by his side. Desperate to see his son find love, or at least a suitable match, he interrogated Mr. Otoru to find out if his son entertained female visitors in the office or if he was attracted to any of the beautiful company staffs. Mr. Otoru did not only reply negatively to Chief Okilo, but also shared his efforts to matchmake Muzoki with a suitable partner, but to no avail. Chief Okilo and Mr. Otoru had several discussions about the issue, and Mr. Otoru came up with a plan. Chief Okilo bought into the plan and assured Mr. Otoru that the plan would be set in motion without further delay. Chief Okilo invited his close and trusted cousin, Pa Jonah, and discussed his intention to remarry a wife. Pa Jonah, who has always counseled Chief Okilo to remarry after many years of his wife's passing, was glad and promised to go out and find a suitable lady for his cousin. But when Chief Okilo gave his specifications of the girl he wants to marry, Pa Jonah frowned, considering the chief's age and the social and generational disparity. Then Chief Okilo let Pa Jonah into Mr. Otoru's plan. Pa Jonah visited Madame Adama, a single mother of two grown-up girls, Izodu, 23, and Ioga, 20 years old respectively. Both girls lost their father about 5 years ago and were poorly provided for by their widowed mother. Izodu was beautifully charming, intelligent, and ambitious. Her laughter was infectious, and only a cold-hearted man can resist it. Her junior sister, Ioga, also took after Izodu in qualities. Both Pa Jonah and Madame Adama agreed to approach Izodu for the proposal to marry Chief Okilo. The chief was briefed about the development, and to encourage Madame Adama and her household, Chief Okilo sent a load of foodstuff and cash as gifts. Initially, Izodu seriously frowned at the idea of marrying a man old enough to be her father. A few days after the initial conversations, Madame Adama and daughters had this dialogue.
My daughters, we have an issue at hand which needs serious consideration. I think the issue can change our lives and chart a brighter future.
Please, Mother, if it is about Chief Okilo, I am going to bed. There is no way I can marry that old man. I want to marry a man I love and not an old money bag.
Please, my daughter, listen. The fate of this family is now in your hands. You do not want us to remain like this, struggling to survive, do you?
Please, sister, let us listen to Mama. Things are very difficult for us, and we need help from anywhere. See how our uncles have taken over Father's property, including farmlands, because tradition says Father did not have a male child.
Izodu, you are my eldest daughter, and tradition does not permit your junior sister to get married before you. Chief Okilo has promised to sponsor your further education and that of Ayoga, your junior sister. He also promised to renovate this house and set me up for a business of my choice. He also...
Then you or my sister can marry him, tradition or no tradition. Both of you know I am in love with Osita, and he will I marry, rich or poor.
My sister, God forbids that you marry Osita. How can two struggling people make it in the near future? Besides, Osita is not committed to you as you are to him. The other day you caught him in bed with Chipola, and you came crying. Is that the man you want to risk your life with?
Enough of this discussion. I am out of here.
And with that, Izodu stormed out of the living room and the conversation was brought to an inconclusive end. Madame Adama cried profusely almost throughout the night, and Ayoga stayed awake to placate her mother. Ayoga narrated the feelings of their mother to Izodu the next morning. 2 weeks after that, Izodu met her best friend, Zimbo, and the issue of Chief Okilo's marriage proposal was discussed. To Izodu's surprise, Zimbo lamented why Chief Okilo had not visited her family to propose marriage to her. Zimbo further lambasted Izodu for not grabbing the proposal and holding tight to it. When Izodu tried to justify her attitude based on the age difference and her love for Osita, Zimbo snapped at her, "Go and examine your head." The next Sunday, and in his sermon, Izodu's pastor referred to 1 King 1 verse 4 and preached how a young beautiful girl was married to King David to warm his bed. That sermon imparted Izodu, and she began to see reasons with what everyone, including her best friend, Zimbo, was saying. Izodu got home from the church, and in the evening, she summoned a meeting with her mother and sister and announced her final decision to marry Chief Okilo. Madame Adama hurriedly visited Pa Jonah to inform him of the joyful development. And to appreciate Madame Adama and her daughters, Chief Okilo decided to change the name on the document of his newly completed 4-bedroom bungalow to Madame Adama Akwit as a surprise wedding gift to Izodu. Then came the day. The traditional marriage ceremony was top-notch and the most lavish in the annals of marriage celebration in Ajomi city. From the home of Chief Agababa, where the traditional marriage was solemnized, Chief Okilo led a procession to cut the opening tape of the well-furnished 4-bedroom bungalow and announced it was a wedding gift to Madame Adama and her daughters. A huge wedding reception with plenty to eat and drink to the sound of the best musical band in Ajomi city was held on the lawn of the bungalow.